working away. Early morning again. We're over and out. I have to wipe it all down because overnight it ends up like that. Everything goes white. And get started on today's part. So let's do it. Welcome in everyone. Nice to see you. Hope you're enjoying everything. Hope everyone's well. Here we go. Most important thing, keep everything clean. I think you get the idea, so I'll do the rest of the boat off camera. I do this every time I start to work on it, just to get rid of all the dust and everything. So before we get started, I'd just like to say, really appreciate all the nice comments and stuff I'm getting in the background about the boat. Getting a couple of negative ones as well, which we'll bring up in another video, a couple of concerns. Which I'll make a whole video about that one and we'll have a chat and see what's what on that one. But yeah, appreciate all the nice comments, thanks very much. And I'm really putting in as much effort as possible, as you can see. Also doing that car and this car and all sorts of other stuff during the day and night, as you can tell. So it's not easy work, not easy at all. It's really, really hard going on the hands, arms, shoulders, back, the whole lot. But at some point, we will get to the end. Don't know how many more parts there are going to be, but probably quite a few. Let's have a little wander around and have a look to where we are up to at the moment, and then let's get suited up and get on with this part. Let's go. So as you can see, we're greened all along the front. We still need some more skims in that. It's still got some lows in these areas which stand out a mile. But I've sort of come away from them at the moment. I'm trying to get these tops done. I want to get this side all levelled out so we can start putting some green in this side like that side. So we can get that whole lot done, then we can come along the bottom of this window along here and get a nice dish sort of shape smoothed in. On that side we'll go a sharp edge like we did the other side. We want green all the way along that side if possible. Fiberglass is all in, all the dips and stuff are out now. It's just a case of sanding it all flat and then getting the green all the way along there. And then round this side, we're already all nice and flat. Lots of tissue all caught up in little bits and pieces, and we need the green all the way along here now. We've already got to this stage here and blended in the bottom of this window, which is nice. This all feels really good. Lovely and solid, that's one good thing. I feel like a totally different boat. We need to get all this sanded down and blended now. Same as all around this upright. Start seeing what the finish is going to look like. We're going to come over this edge all the way along there and blend the whole of this side in. And we should be looking pretty good. Soon we're going to have to remove all the throttle and cable linkages, this seat, steering wheel, all that sort of stuff in there so we can get to that sort of stuff. Need to do a bit of work inside the cabin there, up in the roof, inside the windows, all them sort of areas. And then we're going to get to a point where there ain't no bobbly bits left, which would be cool. There's a bit on the roof to do, and then there's the inner edge on this side, all the way down that side. So we've still got a fair bit to do to get it all flat, but we're coming along quite nicely, and we're trying to get a really nice straight edge. As you can see along there, it's a million times better than what we started with, and it's only going to get better the more I shape it. So not bad, not bad. Let's keep going, and hopefully we'll be looking even better by the end of this part. So I think today we're going to start with going along the top of here with the old green shape and glaze. So let's mix them up. Haven't seen you a mix for a while, so we'll stay on for a mix, shall we? Getting through the old stuff really quickly. Got some more in here, but we'll have to do an order soon, I think. Another empty one there. Ooh. All dusty. 10 ton of dust in a mix, really. Clean the spreader. These are starting to run out now as well. For a mix, make sure you mix a little red in. Not over as much as you can, but don't take too long because it will start going off. Do it. All right, let's go over to the boat. Put a bit of cardboard just there so I don't get any on the controls. To go across like that, and come round the corner in one nice smooth movement. Like so. Some bits are more awkward than others because some bits are deeper than others. Lovely. We've got some bits in the middle there that are not quite the right height, so this is just going to shape all that up. That's what you do want. You got to try and get the timing right so it don't go off on you as you're doing the mix. But not bad. We work our way along there. So we've got some more mixed up. It's trying to be a bit quicker. It's quite hot today, so that's not helping. Trying to turn that corner like before. Remember to sort of double skim because it's a little deeper. Working. It's working quite nicely. You got to make sure I keep holding up enough to go in this corner. That's where the weaker parts are. To go off while I've slowed down, but I only had a tiny bit left on the board that time, so that's pretty good. Let's keep them going. Lovely stuff. Definitely putting some shape back in the boat. I still can't believe that was all bobbly before. It almost seems like it never was now. Yeah, I'm loading up on these edges, but that's where we want it all into shape. So I could have done with a bit more there, but that's all I've got left on this mix anyway. Right, so I think you get the idea of what I'm up to. So what I'll do is I'll go along the rest of the boat, all the way along there, down the back, and I'll bring you back to have a look then. So it's been a while now, and I've gone from the front all the way along, literally every little bit, gone back and touched up any little bits that weren't quite right, weren't quite to the level I wanted them, etc. Come down the back, straight up against the rub rail. So not bad. We can come over the edge as well, which means we'll be able to blend the corner. No more weak spots All nice and solidly fiberglass underneath, and now skimmed with the glaze. Lovely. It's all would have blended good. Not bad at all. Now starting to get the idea of what shape the boat should have been when it was made. Looked fairly straight down there already, doesn't it? But that's not even sanded yet. But it's certainly got all them horrible big dips and etc, etc. Right, I'm gonna get in here now and skim along the bottom of this window. See what we can start doing around the front here. Got to give that side a good few hours now to just settle down and let everything move and go solid to whatever shapes and stuff I was going to go to. It still moves about for a little while once you laid it down. So let's have a go at this front window, shall we? Let's hit it on this window. I've been looking forward to doing this bit. Been waiting for this bit for a while. This is when that ties in the front of the boat to everything basically. Oh, this is so runny, it's going everywhere. Just going to get a load in there, then I can skim it afterwards. If you do this, make sure it don't go off while you're doing this bit. Yay, we're starting to get some shapes. Been a long time coming, but it's now happening. Can't skip steps because then this bit won't be good if not. Starting to see her. Not bad. We have a front blended window. Still a bit more to go in there, but it's starting to look good. Another mix ready. Getting a bit worried now. I'm starting to run out of this stuff. Might have to order a load more. That means we're going through 10, 12 packets. That's a lot. Not being very sparing with it. I'm trying to fill them quite deep. I'm trying to get rid of everything that was there before. Starting to look pretty crazy. Should we leave it covered in green like this? Not bad, not bad. Only little tiny bits left over on the scraper. Just plonking in the other side there. It's all clean, ready to accept it. Whew, it takes this time to keep doing all these mixes and skims, but certainly coming on. I can see right down that post now and up on the upright in this edge of this window. It's all starting to look pretty good now. It's starting to become one nice, smooth, consistent texture. Exactly what we're after. Whew. Right, I've been in, what, 2.5 hours or so now. 9:30 now. Got here about 7, so time for some breakfast, I think. What shall we have today? And we'll go for some cereal today, I think. Roll on the spoon. People seem to like the fridge bit, so. I like this stuff. I have this quite a lot during the week. Put some milk on. Basically like a bran and then a load of mixed fruit in it, which is quite nice. Whew, right. I'm gonna chomp this up and I'll see you in a minute.
15 minutes later.
Well, I've eaten up and I've been fairly busy for, I don't know, probably an hour, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. So I better spin you around and catch up to speed to where we are. But we're moving on quite nicely. I can see one side all green and flat. Right, let's have a look. So I've been working down here, getting rid of these lows. Been up onto the top of here. Started going across this side, flattening that out. Been along the bottom of the window on this side now. Only with one skim because there's still some fiberglass there. We're still working on this side. I've got some footprints on there to sand off. We've been all the way around this front window now. It's pretty cool. And as you know, we went right down this side. Lovely jubbly. That's where we are. It's a really, really hot day today. It's really humid. So it's making the fillers and stuff go all sticky and sort of go off, but not go off. They stay sticky, if you know what I mean. But we're definitely coming along. I've just got to sand this bit here because that's fresh from the last part and that's still shiny. We need to get some scuff on it so it sticks to it nicely. And then we can keep building up around this window. We need to just sand down these bits of fiberglass around this window. Most of it's done, it's just these couple of bits on the bottom I had to touch up. So they'll be dry soon and we'll be able to sort them out. We've got these bits on this side. Up around the window, they're all nice and dry now and ready to go. So I think we'll probably get onto them next. And then we've basically got to sand all the way down this side, get it all nice and flat. And then we can start putting some green along the top of this side as well. Don't think we've got enough left to do it, to be honest. Might have to order some more, or we're going to be in trouble. That's sort of where we are. We're starting to get to that point where most stuff is covered in the glaze now, which is this. And then it'll just be a case of keep whacking that on, flattening that back, guide coats, getting it all nice and smooth as possible, shaping up everything. Pretty good. It's a nice stage to be at. So we're doing alright, but I'll just rip the other suit bit, so we get a new one out. Cap split all the way down the legs and everywhere, so not a lot of good. That's covered in dust in that house. Been used for at least a week, so let's get a fresh one on. Lovely job. Nice, right. Next up is going to be sanding some of that fiberglass around that window. Well, I've read both windows on that side really, I think. That's where we are. So we're going to need a mask as well. Get some sanders sorted out. Let's do it. So as you can see, I've been busy all afternoon. It's now pitch black. Been bringing you in and out and sort of showing you bits and pieces of what I've been up to. Down the sides, along the top, up round the windows, front window and the side window, along the top 2 points to the top of the boat, both front panels, all the way down that side top, all the way down the bottom, and all the way along the top panel. So let's spin round, we'll have a little bit of a sort of more close-up look, and I think I've done pretty well. Obviously the hours have flew past, but I thought I'd just pop you in and out and show you a few bits here and there, so you know what I've been up to. And I just got my head down and got on with it really. So let's go and have a look, shall we? So we got on the top of here, we sanded that corner, come along here, got this corner all flushed in, come up around this post, blended all this fiberglass in. Looking pretty good, it's all ready for green now. We then got onto this top panel and along this runner and went all the way along, literally to the end of the boat. Still a few bits and pieces that I want filling, but nothing too major and nothing that the green shouldn't sort out. A few bits on this end are a little bit thicker than expected, but we can soon flatten them down. And then we went onto the side and went along this bottom. Sorted that out, came right back along the line. Still need a fair bit of work on the line, that still need quite a bit of filling too. Make it look nice and straight and nice. Then we came onto the top panel, as you can clearly see it still needs plenty of skimming, but we flattened it down to a sensible sort of shape. Now it just needs re-skimming. Looking quite nice all the way around. Came around this corner. We've done a bit on this front, tried to get rid of some of these lows. Done a bit of work on the line, trying to get the line right. Came onto this panel as well, went along there. Done all this bit here. Up onto here, flattened this panel down to a certain point, not too much because I know I need a bit more, so I didn't want to take too much off, I just wanted to scuff it up really. Then I had to go on the bottom of this window. Starting to get that to blend in nicely now. Got rid of the fiberglass, that's all flat, so that's quite good. The rest of that just wants skimming with some green now and starting to shape it up. Done a bit more on this corner. Came around this edge and sort of stopped there. The rest of up there is what we done this morning when we first come in. All nice and dry now, all nice and hard. I like to leave that for quite a while when I'm doing that. And that all hardens off and goes quite nice. Definitely looking a lot straighter. Nice, I'll be impressed when the whole thing's skimmed in the green, but we can only do it day by day. My arms will only do a certain amount. As you can see outside, it's pitch black now. I think we've come quite a long way today. Not bad. Right. Not the more shell hands. It's a lovely evening. Bit damp, but not cold really. Get these little hands scrubbed up. Whew. So I've just drained all the air out of the compressor. It's right down on 0, or pretty much anyway. Temperature's still up because obviously we've had it on all day. Let's see what comes out underneath, shall we? Just want to know if there's any water in it. Oh, look at that. This is what happens when you run them all day long in the heat. They need a good draining at night, so don't forget to do that. Look at the puddle that's causing. I'll leave it open all night now and hopefully that will drain quite nicely. It'll keep going for quite a while, so I think you get the idea. Remember to drain your compressors in the evenings and leave them open all night so they can drain all night, ready to go for the next day. See you in the morning, boat.
Next. See you next morning.
Morning, guys. So we're back at it again. We're back over here. Don't even feel like I've been to bed, to be honest, but there we go. It's another pretty warm day. We're going to get back on it. So let's have a little look, see what we're going to do and make a plan and move forward again. Let's go. So obviously first thing will be give her a wipe down. And then I think we'll scuff up this little bit here. Go up around these windows and start coming around the side here with the green, and that'd be nice to go up and around this window as well and start coming along this side. But there is a couple of repairs I've got to do. That one there, it's gone through a bit up the top there, and one down the side here showing some bare wood, so we need to fiberglass them 2 bits first. There's actually a little bit of air bubbly bit there, we need to get rid of that as well. So there's a couple of bits to do on this side first, and another one here which is actually soft, so I better do them first, and then we can still be attacking this front bit while the fiberglass is going off on them bits on the side there. So I think that's what we'll do first. So let's go ahead and get started. Before I wipe it down, I'm just going to scuff this bit here. Jobbly. Surprising how much dust get on the boat overnight and it all settles down out of the unit. So we just ground out random bits, ready to put some fiberglass in. Bit I done on the side down the right hand side there. We had a bit of an air bubble in the fiberglass there, so I just chopped that out so we can refill that. Right, let's get it blown down and wipe the whole boat down. Did I forget one? Yep. Quickly deal with that one I forgot. Bit annoying. Not too bad. Reach. So I've just wiped the whole of the outside of the boat down off camera, and I'm just having a hot chocolate while that all settle down and dissolve. So we don't want to put no filler or nothing over the top of that, and it don't stick. So cheers everyone. Just thought I'd sit in the old captain's seat for a minute and think about what it's going to be like when it's done. Just looking at the back here where we've got the two sides built up, and then where the engine is, that's quite low. Just wondering if we need to put a screen across the back there and seal it all in place in case we get away from the back. That we don't want to come straight through the middle of the boat. You have to let me know what you think on that one. I think that may be a good idea. I'm sure I can work something out and blend it in at the back there. We've got bilge pumps and stuff to fit in down there. We want new ones ready. I think we'll probably grab some new stuff. We've got wire and stuff like that to sort out in here and tidy up. Replace if I need replacing. Under the side down on this side is a big old gaff. Someone's been pulling in some decent fish, like the previous owners and stuff. Try not to use stuff like that unless you really have to. I'd much rather net the fish. just sort of looking around really and sort of seeing how long I think that's going to take me to do this inside. It's not going to be too long now before I need to remove the steering wheel and a bit shaky on there. I need tightening down, but it's going to be taken out anyway, so they're out at the moment. All this lot down here's all got to come out, so we need to sand all the way along that other side. So might be time soon to get in here and clean out the boat and give it a good hoover out, because that's about that thick in dust. Got to sort out some wiring. I've already started labelling stuff where I've been taking it down. Like these ones are the nav lights. Need to remove these bosses and steering wheels. They're going to be replaced anyway, so they're all new. And really just sort of start going from there, really, yeah. It's a fair bit to do in here, but once you get started, it's surprising what you can do in a couple of days. I'll give you a much better look. I'll bring you in here when we get to that stage and we can have a proper look around. There's a weird type hooky bit down that end, and down up under the front there's no finish. There's some wood under there, and it's not painted over with anything. It's not got no gel coat on it. It's not got nothing. So I'll show everyone that and we'll decide what we're going to do with that when we get to that stage, and we'll go from there, really. Just looking, we've got bars across the front there, which is a bit of a pain. I was thinking about cutting lockers on the front of the boat there, which is not possible by the looks of it. Might have to come up with a plan B for that, because we've got woodwork running across the front and that way. And if we cut through to the top, we'd have to get rid of some of the structure, which wouldn't work. So we need to think of a different plan for that one, I think. Anyway, I'm going to finish my drink and then we'll get started on what we can today. Hopefully we'll get a long way again and keep her going. I can actually see on top of the roof from here, which I didn't think. I thought this was taller than what I am. It's not actually. We had a couple of little goes up there, but needs a lot more doing, so we'll deal with that when we get there. So I'm standing up on top of the captain's chair. Just thought I'd come up and show you the roof. You can see if I go close, I've had a bit of a sand at it, but I ain't really done much. This corner started to go flat, but it's seriously tough. Got anchor light and stuff like that to remove, got an aerial to remove. And then that whole area can be completely flattened down and get ready to skim it over and flatten it off. What I was talking about a minute ago is these wooden bars in the front here. I wanted to cut open lockers into the top of here on both sides, but there's all wooden structure under there, so it's not looking like it's going to be possible. There's no gap, so that won't work unless it's a very, very tiny locker, which should be almost pointless. So we've got to come up with a different plan there, because we want to be able to put the anchor and stuff out from the front there, from in here really, but you have to let me know what you think. That's pretty much what's under there. There's some unfinished wood, there's a hook in the corner, and a few bits and pieces that need a good old sort out. Need sanding back, I need some gel coat on it, and all need to be sealed up, so not too good. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure. I was going to cut some big vents into the top of these on both sides, but looks like that's not a possible thing to do. So if anyone's got any ideas, as for in the back, yeah, that's what I was saying. We've got these high walls on the sides, but where the engine's fitted to is much lower. Do you think we need to put a board in across on this, along this, sort of from along this and then upwards to the same height as the rest of the boat, and I can close that all in and seal it all up? Because then at least if we take a wave in at the back there, that will just splash. There's already holes in the back there for it to drain back out, so that won't be a problem. Just ideas. The rest of the boat's obviously all covered with the high sides, but the back's a bit open. Just wondering, because I had a couple of people sort of say about it and say that's still low compared to the rest of the boat. So just wondering what everyone else is thinking. You can let me know in the comments or drop me a message on Messenger. Be much appreciated. Alright, get these sorted. Put it on them because there's quite a big open area. Leave that to the light up. Move the others. I've got one through. Trying to build it up now. Going up on me. Do that for that. It's a very hot day today. Right, hopefully I've got them. Start going up. So hot. Do another mix of that. Another mix. Hard to believe there's a massive hole there when it first started. Big huge dip. Finally we're starting to see the whole front covered in the green. So I've done a couple of fills off camera, just before I pop you back in and show you what I'm up to. I'm going around this window at the moment. Even running down the post. Thinking there's some mega heat there. Get hard and sticky like that, it goes running. Oops, strips them down the side there. Go back and go there. Making it a real pain to spread. Running like hot butter. I'm trying my hardest. Still keep doing it. Nice we can start bringing in this corner. Still out of shape when I started it, though. Already starting to look pretty good. I'm going to stick one in along this line, I think. Almost pour this on now. Pretty crazy. You get the idea how quick you can get through a mix. You can imagine if I went all the way along a boat, that'd probably be 8, 9, maybe 10 mixes. I'll be judging how much mix I need. Spot on. Oh, I didn't need a deal like that. Oh, because it was under that. Pretty probably. And waste any if you've got anything to spread it out. I can't believe I'm running it. Still haven't get it nice and smooth, but not really helping me do all that, I'm just making it big. Nice, it's starting to clean up way. Starting to get exciting now. We're getting most of this window section covered. Got a bit of sanding to do on the fiberglass on the rest of that one. I think I can get one more mix in there. So weird how these different mixes come out different colours. Different packets are sort of different colours as they mix. It'll dry up the same. I'm just trying to get a decent colour in there. That ain't there again. Keep whacking it in. Quickly get it in. You can tell us now starting to go off, it'll be really, really quick. I mean, like speed quick like that. You can sometimes just whack it in. Whew, saved a bit there. So we're just going to have a look at our work. Obviously there's different colours because they didn't set yet, but we've basically done that triangle. We've gone along this post. We've gone up this upright as far as we could before we hit Fiberglass is not sanded. We've got to sand these bits and then we'll be able to skim the rest of that upright. Going all around this corner, which is pretty good. Remember how bad that dip was on this corner? That used to go across there and stick up. And I mean stick up, I could get my, that was the height of my hand basically, height of my fingers, that was really high. Now it's starting to get quite level. We're right up around the window. And right down the middle. Skimmed the bottom of the window as well. So we really pumped some stuff into there. It's actually 2 packets worth. Unbelievable how quick you get through that stuff. Did put a bit in around there as well. But yeah, not bad. We're getting there quite nicely now. Okay guys, so I'm going to call this one here. I've just got to the point where it's so hot in here, it's unbearable, I can't work. As you can see by the filler and that, it's just like water. That's been a right nightmare. I've got some post, and some parts and stuff I've got to take to the post office and that anyway. So I'm going to whip the old suit off, get some water, something to eat, drink, and I'll probably come back in this evening once it's all cooled down again. So, thanks very much for watching, really appreciate it. I'll see you in part 12. So, thanks very much. Please hit the old like, subscribe and stuff like that if you like what you're watching. Do all sorts of stuff like this, boats, cars, trailers, all different vehicles, etc, etc. We also take them for a spin on the water and stuff like that, and down the road and all that sort of thing. So there's plenty to see. We're also a fishing channel, and we go around the Broads watching boats and all sorts of things. So anything to do with water and vehicles, then this is the channel for you. So thanks very much, and I'll see you in the next part.